Hi there, and welcome to another video of measureschool.com, where we teach you the data-driven way of digital marketing. My name is Julian, and today I want to talk with you about the use of regular expressions within Google Tag Manager and Google Analytics to gain flexibility when searching and matching URLs in both tools. We'll learn the very basics of regex, and I'll give you some more resources to deepen your learning. All and more coming up, so let's dive in. Now, regular expressions can be used in Google Analytics in several places when building, for example, filters, goals, or custom segments. And in Google Tag Manager, they're quite handy when defining triggers and filtering down on certain cases. But let's start at the beginning. What are regular expressions? To put it simple, regular expressions, also called regex, are a way of finding the needle in the haystack. It's like the Command F shortcut in your browser when you're searching through a bunch of text, just more powerful. So let me demonstrate. Here in our Google Analytics account, we'll go down to the behavior, site, and all pages report. And we get a bunch of different pages that were visited on our site. Now, if you wanted to search through them, we can use this search bar, but let's go with the advanced option. And we can put in here anything we want. Let's say we want to match up our login here and apply this filter, and we will only be shown the pages that contain our search phrase in this case. Now we have the different options here of searching for this search phrase, and we click on it and we see contains it, but also the matching regex option. So let's try that out. Let's click apply. And we see we basically get the same results. Well, that's because regex in its basic form is like the contains option. Unless you use special characters that are defined in the rule set of regular expressions. So for example, if I only wanted to match up this login and nothing that is attached to the back of it, like here with the query strings, we can actually use the $sign to indicate that the matching should stop here. Nothing else should come afterwards. Let's apply this. And we see that now our search result only contains the login with the slash. Let's go back here for a moment and I'll show you another example of regular expressions. Let's say we want to match two components here. One is the product and one is the login. How would we do that? We can go into the advanced options and choose the matching regex, and we can input our login, and then the OR operator within regular expressions is the pipe. Put in a pipe and put in our second expression, which in our case would be products. Press enter. And now we get all the different products and logins and all the other variations that contain this expression. Now again, if we only wanted to match up these first two variations, we would need to put in the $sign. So the $sign marks the end of our search term, and therefore we get the results back as expected. So let's go with another example here. Let's go on all pages and search for all the different websites that have the /Google in them. So we get these results back, and I'm actually only interested in these results that have the Google in front of them. So we want to make sure that it actually begins with the /Google in the URL. How would we do that? Well, the same as there is a marking of the end of the string, there's also a marking of the beginning of the string with the caret. So let's try this out. And we only get pages where /Google is actually at the beginning of the page path. So this is how you can easily mark the beginning and the end, and also put an OR condition inside of your search term. Now there are many other different keywords, which if you are interested in learning more, you can find out at measureschool.com/regex, where we'll give you more resources on these keywords, but also how to dive deeper into regular expressions. I want to quickly show you how you can actually use them in Google Analytics. We already saw one search functionality here, but another use case would be in the goals section. If you go into our admin section and then under goals, let's say we want to match up everybody who visited our login page and count as a goal. We'll choose the custom option here down here because we don't want to use any of these templates, and this will be our login page goal. And then we'll go with destination because this is the page path that we are actually matching this to. And we can choose as our equals to, but also regular expressions. And you see that there's no ends with option here, so it might be quite handy to use regular expressions in this case. So we can go ahead and put in our login. And if we wanted to mark the end of the string, again, we can use the $sign. As we have used the regular expression option down here, if we go into the funnel, all these different funnel steps that we might be configuring would also match up with regular expressions to the page path field. So keep that in mind. It can be very powerful if you want to match up different pages as the path step to display in your funnel visualization. For now, we won't do this. And just verify this goal. And we can see we have a conversion rate on this page of 9.3%, which is obviously high because the login page is a pretty popular page on our site. So we have a little bit of a confirmation here that this actually works. If you want to see which pages are matched up, I would urge you to go back into the reporting and go to your all pages report and put in the same regular expression into the search field. Then you can go ahead and save this, and it will forthcoming record this as a goal in your Google Analytics. Now, what about Google Tag Manager? If you go into Google Tag Manager, I have an example prepared here. We have a Google Analytics page view tracking, but also an event that is firing on two different triggers, the Flying Ninja trigger and the Happy Ninja trigger. And this is actually on our demo page, two product pages that we have right here. Now it will fire an event called important products, and the triggers, when we click into them, we see the triggers just turn true when the page URL contains Flying Ninja, and the same when we go into the Happy Ninja, page URL contains Happy Ninja. We can demonstrate that by clicking on this product, and we see that our important product event fires as expected. Now this is all great, but it could get very messy when you attach more and more different firing triggers to this event. So how could we do this with regular expressions? Well, let's go into this Flying Ninja trigger and rewrite that to match up to Flying Ninja or the Happy Ninja. And under the firing on options, a lot of people think you can just click on the plus sign here and put in the page URL contains Happy Ninja. But this will actually not work because the whole trigger will turn false, because in this scenario, the page URL needs to contain Flying Ninja and Happy Ninja, which is not possible on our side, and therefore this trigger will fail and our tag will not fire. Please remember, if you have multiple filter options, these will evaluate between each other with the AND function. So this and this needs to be true. Now with regex, we can diffuse the situation by choosing in the options here the matches regex and add our Happy Ninja with the pipe to the end of this search term. Let's get rid of this and save this trigger. And with this new trigger attached to our tag, we don't need the Happy Ninja trigger anymore. So let's go into our tag and get rid of that. Save our tag. And of course, as always, do a little bit of a quality check. Go to our product Flying Ninja page. And we see our important products event fired. In our other case, the Happy Ninja t-shirt, we also see, hopefully, yep, that the Google Analytics event important products has fired. When we click into the tag and choose the right event first, click into the tag, we can see the firing trigger turned true because the page URL matched the option Flying Ninja and Happy Ninja. So this is how you can also control whether your regex is working within Google Tag Manager. So the regex option within Google Tag Manager can be quite powerful when trying to match up different options in the filter section of the trigger. Now obviously there's much more to the use of regular expressions, and it can become quite complicated if you are matching up different patterns and especially combining different patterns of regular expressions in one regular expression. It's really a path that I want to send you down because it can be quite powerful and take your Google Analytics skills and Tag Manager skills to the next level. So we've compiled more resources under measureschool.com/regex for you to check out and dive deeper into regular expressions. And that's already it with this week's video of measureschool.com. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel so we can bring you the latest developments in digital measurement every week. My name is Julian. Till next time.